What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are looking at Compound today. This one goes out to Mr. Ryan Lip, who did not request it yet again, but you talked about it, man. So here I am talking about it. We had a bit of a bearish day, then we had a bit of a bullish day, followed by bullish day, bearish day, bullish day. Are we going to have a bearish day now? I don't know. It is the weekend. It is Saturday today. Technically on the charts where I'm at, it's Friday, but it does say Saturday on this chart. So we do have 2 days left in the week. Things aren't normally too exciting on Saturdays and Sundays. Look at this very big candle here, for example. That happened on a Thursday. This very big candle down, that happened on a Thursday. Wow, okay, again, 2 Thursdays. Out of this whole range, the kind of biggest candle before we had this breakout was here, and that happened on a Wednesday, taking out the Thursday spree. Big candle here, happened on Wednesday again. That's 2 for 2 on Wednesday. Monday, big candle, but Saturday, Sunday, absolutely nothing. Big candle here. That one was on Saturday. And then Sunday here, so it does happen. Maybe just at the ass end of your rallies. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have an exciting time over the weekend, but if you go through and you find the relevance to big moves happening on the weekend or not, you're going to see that they're not that relevant really. But it can happen. But all in all, I think Compound very well could have found a low at this price of about $42.33. Maybe we should look at it on Binance. Yeah, let's look at it on Binance. I think that would be fine. It could go lower. What I like about this as a bottom is, first off, you kind of have, it's not a bullish engulfing candle by definition. But there's times where you can have bullish engulf. It's not like bullish engulfing, but that's a bullish engulfing candle to this, but it doesn't engulf this whole range, but you slowly march out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be starting to march out of it here. If you were to go lower, maybe you go just a little bit lower to that golden zone, right? Around $40 to $39, somewhere in there. You could go even a little bit lower, but I would very much doubt that you break this higher low structure you have. This in itself would be a higher low, but sure, you could come a little bit lower. I myself have packed my bags for Compound. Everything that I want to put into Compound as far as what money I have sitting on the side, I'm fairly confident that I have all of that put into Compound. I went over my orders today, and I'm happy with the bag that I have loaded up. And I bought, my lowest buy order was at $42.50. I had to move it up. I had buy orders set basically from like 41 to 45, but I scooped up my lowest one yesterday, or no, maybe it was the day before. Actually, I think I scooped it up on this red day, and I'm set, man. I'm waiting now. Anything else that I put into Compound is either going to come out of gains from other things or income, stuff like that. Because all the cash that I've had sitting on the side for Compound specifically, it's in there. I'm ready to go, man, because we are, again, at this area where we found resistance before, kind of in the middle of this area overall. We do have a little bit lower to go, but to be fair, from low to high, this is kind of at the 0.5 area, and you don't generally look to find significance there, but here we are above the 382 already again, so it does look decent for a low. We could go lower again. My bags are packed, but I'm totally prepared to endure some red side for a little bit. But $44 down to about $39. Okay, that's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. This is a very nice bottom that we have on the RSI. You can see double bottom, bullish divergence behavior, double bottom in the price as well, and just a hell of a breakout coming out of this daily range of accumulation. If we look at the weekly for Compound, the reason why I'm so excited about this thing, you guys, if you haven't paid attention to the videos already, looking at the RSI, that's what this indicator is, the relative strength index. It's an oscillating indicator that goes between 100 and 0, stuff like that. I mean, it'll probably never touch 100 and it'll probably never hit 0, but it can't break those, that's for sure. I suppose it could technically reach them, but anyways, we are forming higher lows and higher highs. You can see how we're in this nice kind of channel going upwards that we've been in for a very long time, over a year and a half actually. And that's just, maintaining this kind of posture would just continue to be bullish, I would say. Could we come a little bit lower? Sure. I don't think that we're going to get lower than this low in the RSI personally. And just like I said, I wouldn't expect that we get lower than this low here in price. I'd actually be surprised if we got anywhere near that. 39 I think is close enough, but something like that would make sense to me at least, but something down below this wouldn't make as much sense. And if we look at the daily, again, looking at this range of accumulation that we had, this little consolidation phase, and we popped out of it, very nice, very, very good pop. On the weekly time frame, we have the same kind of like accumulation zone, consolidation zone, whatever you want to call it, after a pretty dramatic drop off. And we haven't had a pop yet. So, in comparison, on the daily, this daily popped, in one day we had a 19% move. I would think that something that's like dramatically bigger on a time frame would also have a dramatically bigger pump up. A move all the way up to this purple line, for example, which would be like a clean break out of this range, and kind of take you in the middle of this like previous little range that we had before our final drop off. That would take us all the way up to about 142. We're at $43 now, so that would be greater than a 3x in price, and that could happen in a week's time. I don't mean a week from now, I just mean when it happens, the pop will happen swift. It'll be very, very swift. And maybe it doesn't happen in 1 week's time. Maybe it happens in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Maybe it's bigger, maybe it's smaller, whatever. But I would expect that the pop itself breaking out of this overall zone will take us above this high, which is at $85.90. So, here we are sitting about halfway down from that. So I would think, something greater than 100% move overall would definitely come in handy. I think, let's see, if we compare it to this low to high here, that's a 269% move. I mean, I would think we'd do bigger than that on this move, right? It's going to break us out of this accumulation range. I would bet, if we're up there at 269, maybe we go to the top of that previous range, previous area of resistance too. Maybe we do like a 420% increase overall, something like that from this relative low. That would make sense to me. That's it's a round number, it's a nice number in itself, but we could go higher than that. We really could go higher than that. But something, I don't know, I kind of would, I guess, expect us to do something around this purple line. Maybe we do find resistance and then come down, if it was to come like this. Maybe we do break above it, and then we find support, and then we go up. Or we kind of like meander on it, we dance with it, and then we go up, whatever. But we have some kind of interaction overall in this zone, depending on where it is once we get up there. So, and the reason, beyond just this quick little pop that I'm so bullish on compound, is because if we take the all-time high, nope, that's not it. That is not the all-time high. I always miss it by one. Not always, but sometimes. From top to bottom there, all-time high to all-time low, your minimum fib extension would be at $2,470. And your kind of like upper end of expected fib extensions would be $8,786. Now, I do think both of these numbers are completely possible. Yes, even this one are completely possible by the end of the bull cycle, right? And this is just some more of the same old bullish hopium that I've been spreading in my videos about compound lately. But I very much do, I very much do think numbers like that are possible, let alone numbers that are below it. If we go to 4,000 right now, 4,392, is that what it would be? Yeah, that would be a 100x from the current price, let alone if it goes up there. So, I mean, we're talking about multiple hundreds of X's, right? From the current price, that would be, that would literally be like a 200 and something X all the way to that 1618. And it is possible that we go further than that, but I'm gonna keep it there at about 8,800 for bullish enough, If not, boohoo, maybe we only see a 57X, 56X, something like that around the 1272. But either way, I do think compound is going to have a hell of a bull market, man. This is Binance Compound USDT on the biggest exchange in crypto, showing the most volume that it's ever shown in this chart. If we go, I think it's comp USD on Binance, just like the regular one. No, that is all the history. Okay, cool, yeah. So it doesn't look right. Like, I mean, if you look at the volume here, it kind of looks like there's less volume over here than there is. What did I just do? Than there is on the regular Binance chart. But if you go ahead and run those numbers, if you look at it for yourself, you'll see, let's just, for example, take the biggest spike in volume there. That was 790, let's call it 97, we'll round up, 797,000 compound traded in 1 week. That was the most that we've seen on the USD chart. But comp USDT on Binance was traded, the most we've seen in a week was 5.26 million. So a lot more a lot more than we've ever seen before. And then even back here, you know, this big one, like this big one here, was over 700,000, which was the biggest one back in this kind of zone to begin with. So, let alone the fact that they're both on Binance, so that volume is just like added together. You know, it's compounded, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think compounded would be the right word. Not like compound investing, but like they are added together in total volume, if that makes sense, right? If you look at CoinGecko, you go to CoinGecko, you go to compound. This is, you know, like the total. What I'm trying to say here is like this is the total volume. Just like I'm trying to say, like here. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. I feel like I know what I'm trying to say. I just don't think I'm using my words properly. But the total amount of volume on Binance is ridiculous, one way or another. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's coming out of this all-time low. I very much do expect that we're going to see new all-time highs, and the minimum projected target, again, from the current price, would be $2,408. That's the minimum. That's the minimum projected target if we're talking new all-time highs. Okay. If we had a fake out, sure, technically that would be a new all-time high, and then we'd shit the bed from there. But I'm not expecting that. You know, it'll all come down to really what we do in this kind of range between $233 and $300, somewhere in the white zone here. And you know, if we have a positive reaction here, we can talk about prices going up higher for sure. And I do think that we will. A positive reaction does not mean that we have to go up and break through it. We can reject it and still have a positive reaction. So showing significance on this in any form is not a bad thing. Okay, it's almost to be expected, is what I would say. I actually would expect that we find resistance in this zone. You know, and if we don't, that is just awesome. But anyways, we'll see once we get there. I don't think compound is going to go lower. I am going to just like reiterate that and say that again. I don't think that it's going to go lower, counter to like most cryptos. I really don't. It's not my expectation. You do have this bullish divergence on the low, a double bottom on the low on the 4 hour to kind of, if it'll let me, there we go, to kind of mark this as the low. What it would take to kind of confirm that idea that this is the low, I guess, would be get a higher high here, right? Don't turn down from here. If you go below about $43, again, you probably will break this low, and then we can talk about prices going toward, you know, $39 to $40, like I was saying in the beginning of the video. But I am pretty comfortable calling this the low. There's enough areas that are significant on this chart to kind of confirm that, along with the fact that it's at the 0.5 of the overall fib. I don't know. I like it. I definitely like it. What was it here? Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. So, I mean, if it does go lower, I'm not expecting it to go lower than this. I do think that we're on our way up. Even if it does go lower than that, it'll still be an overall higher low, and then we can look at making our higher high afterwards. But right now, I guess if, you know, I'm assuming that that's the low, where would I think that we're going? I would say that we're probably working our way up to prices that are above $53. $56, maybe even beyond that. You know, I wouldn't expect that we're going to go to new all-time highs this week, this month, this year, but maybe by the end of this year, maybe we will break out of this overall range and have that big pop that I was talking about in the beginning as well. So that's all I got for you guys. If you like the content, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Yeah, man, doing this all the time. I'll be talking about it regularly, especially as things get more exciting. If I haven't made a video on it in a while, it's because it has been moving sideways. It's just been doing nothing, you know what I mean? So, but I am keeping my eye on this thing every single day, right? I have my own money invested in this, so, you know, that's not me telling you what to do. That's just me sharing my journey, my opinion. This is not financial advice. It's, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy talking about cryptocurrencies on YouTube. Yeah. Yep. Anyways, take care, everybody. Have a good night. Bye-bye.